Greetings, representation of the earth and all that is within it. I am the representative of Sirius. My name is Shrīn. And I am of the Sirian Star Gate. I am of the Keepers of the Stargate. Many of you, and that which is your experience life, have entered into this place via the Stargate. You have allowed yourselves to transition through this particular place, just as multiples of you have also in other lifetimes experienced upon this plane transition through the Palladian Stargate, just as you have gone through the Andromedan one. The Sirian Star Gate is that which is at this particular moment quite uniquely situated within the very parameters of this planetary zone, within the very parameters of that which is the energetic sequencing of the events that are happening upon your realm. And you may wonder what this has to do with this gathering that you have come to celebrate, of the energy portal, of the energy of that which is transitioning into your planet this particular time for the great changes of a cellular change, of an energetic change, of a mental change, of a physical change, but more importantly perhaps of the change of the human heart. What is it to do with Sirius, and also that which you know and you call the Lion's Gate? This portal that for many have celebrated in the month of August, which does not exist upon all the main calendars. If you truly go and look upon your historic human history, on the 8th day of a month that does not exist, a month that was added into the Gregorian calendar by your Gregorian leaders because they were jealous. They were piously set apart, and they said, it is not, shall we say, fair that we are not represented in the counting of the nights, the counting of the days, the countings of the moon. Perhaps we can shut this window. But I will bring to you, I will knit together the reasons. The capacity of understanding must begin with you. I can but present information. I can but present knowledge. And then it is up to you, dear human, dear galactic human, dear representative of that which is the many spectrums of the unified federation. Do you honestly believe that we would come into a place like this and not see the representation of the different galaxies and the different federations? You may all see humanity, but we see the energy beyond that. We see what is there. But let us circumnavigate this way back to the portal of the Lion's Gate. And why am I here today to communicate it to you? For I am ancient in your terminology. Perhaps a few thousand, 100 years of your earth years. I have seen the race of humanity undergo many, many changes. The manipulations, the fears, the decimations, but most importantly, what we have observed is time and time again, you have risen back. You have risen back up to that which is the pinnacle of knowing who you are. But there is a fault. You have one issue that you still have not yet been able to overcome. In all the generations since the first time it was ripped out of your essence, you still give away your power, you give away your authority, you give away your dignity, you give away your authenticity to those who say to you, we know better. I am not going to start a radical movement tonight, please rest assured. But I hope to radically challenge your thoughts, radically challenge your perceptions of energy. Because a portal energy, my dears, is the energy of change. When you step into a portal, when you step into the very frequency to transition from point A to point B, your cellular structure goes through a change, a vibrational cellular change. When it is reconstructed at the next point, from point A to point B, and you restand put together at a cellular level, for yes, the body is completely deaminated, completely taken down to its base fluid state. And once you have transitioned through the portal doorway, you are emanated back into your cellular body, into that which you are comfortable with, the style, shape, and energy that you recognize as being yourself. And yet herein is the dilemma. For you it is a moment. I have stepped through the portal. I am in the other place. But in reality, you go and you step through the portal, but this moment, in many times, in many ways, is like that. And yet when you come to the other side, everything catches up and it is as if no time at all has passed. This is the wonderment of the galaxy. This is the wonderment of the universe. That in the passing through, you can experience multiple lifetimes, multiple experiential events of life. And yet still when you transition to the other side, you are able to come back to who you are, what you are, from when you stepped through. And that is why we say you are cellularly, vibrationally different. You are broken down to the very particle of breath, and then you are brought forward into the totality of who you are. Now, what is this to do with the great energy, the great shift, the great movement of that which is happening on your planet? It has everything. Because when you choose to tap into the energy of the portal that is opening, and to be quite honest, never actually shuts. It does not ever shut. It's just you move. You move. Your planet moves. It orbits around various places and then comes back into this open portal energy. Nobody shuts it down. So you could be 6 months from today still tapping into this energy that is here. Why? Because there is no time within the physical reality of time, space, continuum. There is no difference between the moment of connection and the moment of connection. If you are truly ready, willing, and able to step into an awareness where you will become the transitionary being, to step away from everything that you have known, to step into everything that you are unaware of. Because right now, there is a wonderful dilemma in the universe. A wonderful dilemma. And the Sirians and the Lyrans and the federational gatherings have come together along with our Palladian Council brothers. And we are observing. We are observing how the battle is unfolding. There, believe me, have been many incursions where there have been losses and gains. And when we reflect that down to your plane, to your earth, we see the same here, on a lesser degree. But for you, because you cannot see what is happening in the realms above, not everybody, some have an idea. What begins to happen is you see the outworking in your everyday life. And what is being, shall we say, the most virile weapon of the enemy is fear. And do you know what they are using at this particular moment to amplify, to bring about more of this fear? They're using the energy of the Lion's Gate. Oh, why? The Lion's Gate's supposed to be such a good thing. You have windows, and you have a door, you have an entry and an exit. When somebody walks in and they look on the outside, well-to-do, good, pleasing to the eyes, but you do not look at the heart of that person, and you do not see the darkness therein. You do not see that which is not pleasant, excuse me. Does that prevent the person, because they have a dark heart, an evil heart, does it prevent them from walking into the portal or the doorway of this abode? No. They walk through it. That which is in their heart then becomes apparently known by their actions, by their words. And so it is with the portals of the universe. So it is with the stargates. All may use them to enter and exit. There is no judgment. Remember this. In universal law, there is no judgment. Yes, there are those who work for their own purposes of evil, if you want to use that terminology. And yes, there are those that want to work for their own purposes of good, if you wish to use this terminology. But once we come to the whole circle, everything is what everything is. The balance of the divine. So the divine universe, the source of all, does not prevent any energy, be it reptilian, be it angelic, be it Draco, be it Ascended Master, be it Sirian, be it Palladian, from accessing the points of reference of travel in the great galaxies. So how are we supposed to defend ourselves, I hear you say? How are we supposed to do anything that will prevent not only ourselves, but those that we love, the planet that we love, etc., being decimated, or whatever? Simply this. Here is the clue. What is your intent? What is your right standing? What is it that is within you that is the very vibration of truth? You see, it is the truth of you, the vibration of knowing of where you come from, of what it is that you are enveloping within your conversation. What are the words that you speak? Because you see, something that we shared a little earlier on in private discussion, anybody can walk into anywhere, anybody can exit anywhere. But if you catch somebody doing something in your domain, and it goes against your integrity, it goes against your set of boundaries, it goes against what you have declared as righteous living by your standards, and they desecrate that, you have every right to banish them. And as they are banished and they are sent back through the portal, their DNA is registered as banished DNA, and they are unable to access that portal ever again. They must then find another way into your realm, another way into your domain. And believe me, it's not as easy as it once was, because more and more of the Earth Angels, of the original terrors, of the galactic humans, are beginning to awaken to this realization that their integrity, that their power, that their balance of being is a viable weapon they can use. They don't have to draw a sword. They don't have to put on a shield and defend themselves in some great battle that they can't see. But they can speak. And they can give commands. And if they know who they are, an individual who does this will shake the very foundation of the galaxies. Because when a human comes into the full knowledge of who they are, when a human comes into the awareness that they are not under a declaration of law of whoever, but they themselves are sovereign entities that have been placed here by the most prime creator, what begins to happen is that spark of universal life begins to throb. And it is this that, as a Sirian, I have seen happen millennia after millennia. When humanity gets to a point where they can take no more, and they are at breaking point, something happens within their DNA, something happens within their awareness, and they begin to change. They begin to stand up and say no more. This is not going to happen in my domain anymore. My domain of being, my domain of health, my domain of peace, of mental capacity. Because, dear humans, what we want you to understand is that the portal of the Lion's Gate isn't because it's in Leo. It isn't because it's a lion representation. Yes, it happens to be in that particular solar system, and that solar quadrant of stars, yes? But I want you to feel in your own energy. I want you to begin to feel this resonation of truth. Your very words are the keys and the locks to the portals of your world. Now many will come and they will say, feel the energy of the 8-8. Feel the energy of the Lion's Gate and the downloads that you're receiving. And they're going to energize you. And they're going to unlock the DNA codes within you. And they're going to do this and they're going to do that. Yes. But didn't they do that last year? And did they do that the year before? And the year before? And the year before? What is going to make it any different this year? Now, I'm not trying to challenge you too much. I'm just trying to challenge you. You see, my dear friends, you can sit like the water lily on the surface of the water, and your roots go down, and you sit there peacefully, looking pretty, and the sun beats down, and it downloads all the necessary quotient energy into your petals and your leaves to create the food, and you're quite happy. And it does that day after day after day. What makes today any different? I'll tell you what it is. It's your choice and your intent. You see, my dears, when a human begins to rise up, when a human begins to say, for years I have gone through and I've done the meditation, For years I have gone through and I've listened to the teachings, the messages that have come through. I have waited and asked, and I have said, I accept the DNA changes. Unlock the codes within me. I've done all that's necessary, but there has been, if I am truly honest, no change. So what makes the difference to the DNA codings that are going to come down in this swathe of energy? Nothing. Unless you, as the human, make a decision to surrender your will. Make a decision to surrender what you think needs to happen in your life for this to happen in your DNA. And for you to turn around and say, all right, universe, every year you have given a DNA coding to be unlocked in my body, in my cells, in my energy. And each year I have gone, yes, 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 I want it. But when it hasn't fulfilled to what I believe it should be, I have got annoyed. I have got, what's the human words for this? Pissed off, yes? I've got brassed off. I am annoyed. I say it doesn't work. What a load of baloney, etc., etc. Put whatever words you choose. And you have turned around and said, oh, that person who said that message wasn't very accurate after all. Oh, that person over there, oh, never listen to them again because... But who is the common denominator in all the teachings? Who is the common denominator in all of the meditations? Who is the common denominator? It would be the one that goes to everything. Yes? So again, what has this to do with Sirius and the Stargate of Sirius? What has it got to do with the Palladians and their Stargate, the Andromedans, their Stargate? What has it got to do with planet Earth? What has it got to do with this portal that is opening in a more spectacular way, in a spiral energy? What has this all got to do with today? The energy. Well, to borrow a phraseology from my dear friend Ragnar of the Lyran Negotiators, I will say this. If you are with dignity, and you are with honor, if you are with truth, and if you are within self-love and balance, everything that is presented to you will be forethought, forechallenged, foredecided, and comprehended. And once you have gone through everything, challenged everything, and accepted nothing, until such time as you are within yourself satisfied that it is nothing more and nothing less than the truth, then, and only then, in the dignity of who you are, should you open your DNA to be open. Because otherwise we ask you, who are you connecting to? And what are you connecting to? Something to think. What is this radical change that I spoke about in the beginning? For I have really not spoken much of a radical change. The DNA that is activating, the DNA that is ready to be activated, with permission, is the DNA of change. Many of you can access this. You are, by no small degree, no small point of reference, not by error, created in a place of being. A significant pinnacle, if we may say, where you are ripe for choice. You see, this Lion's Gate is change. This Lion's Gate is where the dimensional frequencies are going to ask of your own frequencies permission to change you in a way that bypasses your cellular physical body and goes directly into the energy. Because when it can access the cellular structure of the energy body, because your body of energy does have cells, by the way, it is a cellular energetic body. When it can access this, and it begins to resonate the frequency and the resonance deep within the frequency of your energy, it begins to resonate in a spiral, eventually spiraling out of the physical body, and as it does, it will be bringing out and hooking out all, shall we call it, of the dis-ease of your body, as long as you choose to let it. Remember, this is all choice. The radicalness is that you can leave this room and access this point, access this rare possibility. I say rare because there is one of two things that's going to happen. You're going to leave and say, interesting, don't know what the heck he was talking about, not sure. And you will not change. The other point is you will go and go, may not have got everything, don't fully understand, or I get it, I finally get it. It's about my choice. It's about what I decide for myself in my energy. Not my mind, not my body, but my energy. Because your body dies. It withers. It falls away from you, no matter what you do. You can try and regenerate it, and many people do try to regenerate their physical body, but it will eventually, literally fall apart. So let it do it gracefully. The body is here for a time, and a time allocated by your choice, by your definition. That which is important is your energy body, because that is what lives forever. That is what transitions from round to round to round. That is what goes through the portal gateways. That is what goes through the various doorways. Now, the doorway of this beautiful particular time of the Lion's Gate is a doorway that you can transition through. You can walk through this doorway. You can walk through this doorway, allowing the vibrational changes to occur within your energy and release from yourself in the physical fleshly body the diseases of the body. But don't take my word. I am only a Sirian. I'm only Sirian of Sirius. Who am I? I am only a few 100 million years old. I've only watched humanity die, rise up, die, rise up, die, rise up. And I've seen this time and time again. You are, as I said, you are ripe for choice. Now the unfortunate thing is, in the ripeness, there is also the choice that you will do nothing. And in the doing nothing, everything that you have been resisting will come back. Now, I'm not trying to threaten. I'm not trying to say that, oh, this is such a bad thing. I'm just being factual. Because remember the saying, dear ones, what you resist, you will persist. Yes? It will persist. It will keep returning to you time and time again until you acknowledge what it is that you're resisting. The Lion's Gate is here to set you free. What a wonderful statement. What a wonderful analogy. Oh, freedom. And herein, again, is the radical thing. It's not going to do a jot. It's not going to do one iota of freedom for anybody unless you choose it. And the choosing comes about quite simply. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I choose that this lion's gate to receive within my DNA, to receive within my energy, then that which is my highest connection to source, the freedom. What does freedom mean? What does liberty mean? What is it that it is to be in a place of freedom? To be truly free means that none around you can lay a hand on you and demand it. None can come to you and say, you owe me. You owe me. Pay up. To be free is to be free of debt, to be free of disease, to be free of judgment, to be free of everything that you can humanly think of. But here I hear you say within the energy, wait a minute, doesn't that mean I'm dead? Well, yes, actually it does. Because when you step through the portal, you're in that pause. You're in that transition. And 1,000,000 lifetimes, 1,000 lifetimes, 1,000 experiences can be had in that moment. And then you pass through. Now, to be dead does not mean that you give the ghost up. You kick the bucket. Yes? It means that you allow the energy within you to come alive. And there can only be one living energy within you, either the energy of the flesh or the energy of the soul. The lion's gate is bringing in the sweetness, the bringing in the change, direction. This lion's gate is bringing to you multiple levels of varied change. When we are in change, what happens? Change is not always comfortable. Change is sometimes very uncomfortable. But how many of you, if you are honest, will say to yourself, I'm grateful for the change. If the change hadn't happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be experiencing what I am today. Many of you are so scared of your own shadows that you will not do anything to challenge the status quo of your life, no matter how much you do. So tonight is the beginning. It's the beginning era, or the beginning shift of the Lion's Gate. And the Lion's Gate will continue in its spiral motion till after the 8th. And you have this entire 2 and a bit weeks to absorb the energy, to allow the changes to happen. Where you have been fearful, why are you fearful? Why do you hold on to it? Why do you not exchange it? Why do you not step through the portal into bravery, into that which is your own beingness? Yes, I hear you. Yes. I have my Sirian brothers, for I am part of a council. And right at this particular moment, there are some that are present that would hear this. And so if you will allow us to bring this through in our tongue. Naka inama heta to sikite le betalama lele la boloto loda di te le balate le ke le pato ne nama nama de betu ta sike ne mata te ke le betu te bahala la lo no te siti etete talata ete pato siki e nama ina ka ilale pato te sili li pato sika ana na metu to su hi da ba atata siki de pato ta sinene ana akelela boto su te inene mate ena manon site. Tere barabasiti, de balalapatositi, iterebetositi, itebatasiki, tibitanda, tipitositeta, hata, no, na, zisho. So what it is basically that we have spoken directly to some of you who've isolated and recognized the Sirian part of you. And you have resonated with what we have just said. There is no need to explain it. There is no need to, how do we put this? Interpret it for you. But what we will say, for the sake of those who do not, it's your time. Your time has come. You are welcome. You're welcome into the hallowed halls. Into the halls you have been welcomed, and into that which you are going to be initiated. The initiation has begun. The initiation has begun because you are beginning the purification. The purification has begun because you have said yes. Because you have said yes, you are going to begin to grow. Because you are growing, you are going to become that which is the dynamics of your own spiral energy. And that was a lot more flowery and a lot more of the essence, but those who resonated with it will have the resonation within them. The English language does damage a lot of what is spoken in the galactic tongue. There are many here that are of the galaxies. You don't belong on Earth, but you're here, you're holding the space. Allow this portal energy to make it easier for you. You see, in this portal energy, I could make this a very comfortable message. I could say, it's a beautiful energy. It is an energy of love and light. And everything is going to be okay. Do not worry. Everything is going to be fine. That above we are battling and we are winning the war. We are doing everything that we can to defend humanity. And this portal energy, the portal energy of the Lion's Gate is here because we are going to bring to you new codes for your DNA, to enrich you, to enlighten you. And I could continue this way. And I would dishonor you, and I would dishonor the message, and I would dishonor the messenger. Because although it is true, it is not the whole truth. So I have been presenting you the whole truth. And sometimes it is a little difficult in the human way because you're all expecting to be uplifted, love and light. It's not all love and light. Sometimes it is a little spade and digging, finding the truth, finding that which is yourselves. You see, the radical part of you is the part that says, I'm not going to allow myself to sit and be like I was when I walked in. The radical part is you. You are the radicalized, engineered part. And I say engineered because you are not here by design of some other being. You are here by the design of the Creator. You are not some experiment. Like many teachings are out there that there is this huge experiment on planet Earth and we're going to see what happens when we press this button. Oh, that was interesting. What happens if we press this button? Oh, look, something else happened. No. You are not an experiment. Humans were never an experiment. The real, true humans. Yes, there have been manipulations. Yes, there have been invasions. Yes, there have been many cultures that have come into your time equilibrium and they have violated the law of the universe. True. But there are still original humans sitting in this room that said back then and every other lifetime, up yours, mate. We're not going to bow down. And I am here, Shrīn from Sirius. I am here to remind you of that part of you. The part that begins to stand and says, you know, I am sick and tired of coming to every single meeting that there is and being told that I'm getting DNA code uplifted. I'm getting this done, and I'm having that done, and nothing happens. I am sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of going to places and being told, oh, do this mantra, say this prayer, do this meditation, and this will happen. But you must do it between this time and that time, otherwise it's not going to work. I'm tired of being lied to. I'm not lying to you this day. I'm saying you are the radical part. You are the radical element. And the radicalization comes when you choose to make a difference in your life. And already we are beginning to see those who are stirring in the fires of their soul, going, he's right. I have been sitting on my rotunda for the last X many years, just receiving, being told and waiting, and told and waiting. But there are some of you who have taken information that they've received and they've moved, and they've seen the movement, and they've become hungry. And you see the difference therein is that their physical body no longer dictates to them, because their energy body has become energized. Their DNA coding is becoming awakened. You see, beloved, it's not that something magically drops out of a portal and goes, now you've got a DNA coding. To awaken the DNA code, you must understand it is already in you. It is in your junk DNA. And that which is awakened in the DNA coding is an energetic connection. It's when you sit and you go, okay, I'm ready. I am ready. I am ready to be connected to my highest self, my highest recognition. I am ready to be connected and energized in my DNA to awaken within me the original blueprint, the original strata of the human that I am. I am ready to stand up and declare my physiology no man's land. No disease, no mental depreciation, no stiffness, no soreness, no nothing. I am ready to allow the DNA that has been in me since the time of my present birth and every other experience that I've been in to start to activate. I am tired of waiting for it to happen. I now take action. I radicalize my own belief system. Could you imagine? Because I guarantee you, 50% of you are going to walk out of here going, 70% of you are going to walk out of here going, yeah, well, maybe there was some truth in it. And out of the 30% that are left, some of you are going to go, I want to put something to work. I want to do something. There are also, in that short period of time, of those, that 30%, there are those that are going to try it for a short period of time and then going, oh, I'm impatient, nothing's happening, I'm leaving it. And I would probably say, out of the entire group, prove me wrong, humans, prove me wrong, please prove me wrong. But I would say out of the entire group, 4 will walk away, going, I'm going to do this. Prove me wrong. Radicalize yourselves. Change yourself from the DNA from within. That's what the Lion's Gate is all about. It's the energy that flows into this earth realm to bring about change. Do you understand what the change is about? It's not about becoming more empowered. It's not about becoming more in who you are and love and light and being more acceptable to people. It's becoming the warrior. It's becoming the defendant. It's becoming the truth. It's becoming the reality of who you are. Because the energy at this particular moment around the globe, around the galaxy, is war. There is a war unfolding in multiple levels around the galaxy. And that war is represented here on your earth. And just as in any war, there are those that are desirous for your souls, if you wish to call it that. And those that are desirous for your trust and your life, and your love, and your adoration. And then there are those that are willing to just say, I really don't care if you believe me or not. But here's the truth. This is the war represented here. Now multiply that 1,000, 100-fold. And lift with me and come to Sirius. Come to the Pleiades. Come to Andromeda. And observe what the Galactic Federation holds today. Observe what Ashtar is doing with all of his commanders. Telos is holding such vibrational space in the belly of Gaia to sustain the shaking and the vibrational earthquakes that are happening. Telos is holding your earth together currently. Adama from Telos has not been heard of for a wee while because he is so focused on the healing of the Telosians and the Telos society because of the work that they are doing on your behalf. The Lion's Gate is here in this particular cyclic motion to bring to you change, to present to you change of heart, change of mind, change of consciousness. It's a conscious change. It's a change where you begin to realize that you cannot live and should not live the way that you've always done. Because if you keep doing what you've always done, you will always get what you've always got. I know that's a very human statement, but it fits. But for those of you who are at the point where you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'm going to ask you to join me in a breath, a slight guided meditation. I'm going to ask that you come and sit with me in the realms. By the gate, we're not going to pass through the Stargate, we're just going to go and sit in the energy by the Stargate. And I want you to be open. I want you to begin to observe the busyness of the void. For those of you who are willing and wish to come with me, I ask you to take a deep breath. Allow yourself to sit deeply into your chair. Or if you are sitting on the floor, allow yourself to sit on the floor, relaxed, grounded. Allow yourself to totally let go. Let go of all conception. Let go of all preconceived ideas of what should or should not happen. Breathe. Deep breath in. Hold. Out. Again in. Hold. Out. And just easy breaths. And as we breathe, I'm going to ask that you begin to focus on your heart space. Allow your heart to begin to resonate, to feel the expansion. As I now place around us a sphere of diamond energy, I ask that you begin to breathe into this diamond energy. Allow your energy to step up and out of your physicality. Just breathe. Be comfortable with who you are. I want you to turn around and look at your physical form. Remember who you are. I want you now to begin to face me in your energy form. As we energize the sphere and we begin to rise. We rise up out of this room, above this town, feeling the weightlessness of not having the density of our bodies. Feel the closeness that you have with each other right now. Observe as we are going through the void. The Stargate is just before us. It does not take a long time to reach us, because there is no time. So I'm pausing now, pausing the sphere on our side, Earth's side of the Stargate. And I ask that you breathe. You allow yourself to feel the vibration, to feel the resonance that is swirling around the outside of our void. Allow yourself to feel feel that which is there. Give yourself permission to see the energy swirling around. Ships that traverse backwards and forwards through the Stargate. The one that's just past us is of the Galactic Federation. It's a medical unit. Entirely medical. No war. Maybe a few guns to protect it, but that's about it. It's not a battleship. The one coming through is a battleship. It's going to take up a circumference trip over the planet. It's going to orbit your Earth. But not too close. It doesn't want to be picked up by your satellites. The ship that is slightly to our left, that is a mentored one. It's observing us. It can see us. The one over there, that's almost like a cloaked vessel. We don't want you to be afraid, but that is one of the formless ones. Your void is very busy. There is a battle being done out here. And the prize is that little blue planet down there. That is the prize. But like I've said, in all the millennia that I have observed this beautiful planet. You have resisted and pushed back, and resisted and pushed back. I want you to see something. I want you to look at that planet. I want you to observe it, to feel the energy of Gaia. It's not just a ball hanging in space. There is shape to her. There is energy emanating from her. What color is it? Where are the grid lines around her? Where are the grids of crystal, of silica, of gold, of silver, of diamond? Where are those grids? Can you see them? In your breath, we're going to go slowly back. I want you to breathe, and I want you to connect to the planet, to the energy of Gaia, of the earth. What is she saying to you? What is she indicating to you? Hold what she says in your energy, because she's going to give each one of you a different picture, a different message, a different word, a different feel. Keep breathing, keep connecting. The sphere is coming back into your town, and we're dropping back into this room. Turn around and look at your physical body. It's still sitting there on the chair. It hasn't moved. It can't move without you. Step into your physical body. Sit down. Hold that image of Gaia, that message of Gaia. Hold it in yourself. And I ask you, are you radical enough to change? Are you radical enough to expect more of who you are? Because that's what this portal is about. Yes, it is about love. It is about bringing balance. It is about bringing the truth. It is about bringing all of the various things that you will hear over time. Because it is a portal, and it will be an access point of bringing messages. But none of them can work unless you're willing to change. And are you radical enough to change? I am Shrīn. I am of the Sirian Star Gate Keepers. I have brought my message, and I leave it with you. Thank you.